Did you know that September is the most popular month for birthdays of the whole year? That means it's birthday party season. But wow, this season can cause so much anxiety for food allergy parents. I remember what it was like when my food allergy daughter was in preschool and elementary school. She would come home with a brightly colored envelope peeking outside of her backpack, and my heart would sink. Another birthday party. Most moms would be excited and happy to let their little ones join the fun, but for me, it meant another round of anxiety and meticulous planning. Sierra has severe food allergies and intolerance, and I know all too well the risks involving in letting her attend events like these. When she gets an invitation, the cheerful handwriting and the promise of cake and games only made my chest tighten. I dreaded another conversation where I'd have to explain yet again why Sierra couldn't eat the same food as everyone else. I worried that my precautions might not be enough. I feared that Sierra would feel different, excluded, or worse, unsafe. But then I would look over at her and she'd be beaming with excitement at the thought of her friend's party. I knew I couldn't let my fears take this away from her, so I took a deep breath and started planning. It's exhausting, but necessary. I knew I would do whatever it takes to make sure Sierra could be a part of the fun just like every other kid, because protecting her isn't just a duty, it's an act of love. And I'd go through 100 birthday parties, 100 difficult conversations just to see that smile on her face. I know many of you are in the same boat. You would do anything to help your food allergy child. But let's just be honest and realize how nerve-wracking it can feel to have to explain why your child can't eat the same food as everyone else, and then hear that hesitation in the host's voice. It's just, well, awkward. But today, I want to take some of that awkwardness away. I want to give you 5 tips for educating birthday party hosts about food allergies without the awkwardness. Let's get to it. Hey food allergy mama, if you're here, you've likely experienced the scary and lonely food allergy diagnosis with your child. Unfortunately, food allergy parents aren't taught how to navigate the food allergy lifestyle, and it's easy to feel alone and discouraged sometimes. But I'm here to show you that food allergy life, it doesn't have to feel restrictive, scary, or isolated. I'm Karina, and I'm a 17-year food allergy mom and food allergy coach at Friendly Pantry Consulting. I specialize in making food allergy life safer and less worrisome for food allergy families like yours. I'm not perfect, but over 17 years, I've learned a lot the hard way, and I'm sharing the secrets and resources you won't hear anywhere else that will help you feel confident living with food allergies faster and easier than I did. From introducing allergens, travel, navigating school, and educating friends and family, this podcast will give you the essential tips and strategies you need to help your food allergy child and family thrive. Welcome to the show. As we talk about birthday parties today, you may want an easy template to follow when it comes to explaining food allergies to birthday party hosts. Well, I have exactly what you need. It's called the Social Event Survival Pack, and it includes birthday party RSVP templates for when you attend with your child and when they attend without you. It also includes a checklist for what to do before, during, and after every birthday party or play date, so you can help your child be safe and included without forgetting anything important or feeling frazzled. And it's not just about birthday parties. If you are going to any social event this fall or holiday season, you'll want to check out the Social Event Survival Pack. I'm going to post a link in the show notes. Let's talk about why it's important to educate hosts in the first place. Because if we stop to think about what we're trying to achieve, it can help guide what we do. So I think there's probably maybe more, but 4 reasons why we want to educate hosts and 4 goals. Number 1, of course, always is to keep our child safe. Number 2 is to allow our child to make friends and to go and have fun. Number 3, it's so that we can worry less about our child going to the party, whether we're there or not. And number 4, here's a surprising one that many don't think about. It's to create an ally. Hopefully, if we do things right, we'll create a lifelong ally. And I remember one parent who I talked about, I think it was kindergarten or grade 1, but her son invited my daughter to his birthday party, and after talking with her, she became an amazing ally. Not only did she help keep my daughter safe at the party, but when my daughter was in her son's class at school, she would contact me before any school event to make sure that what she was sending was safe, and she really took it seriously. I could trust her to manage cross contact and wash all the dishes before baking or cooking anything. It was so nice to have an ally, and so we need to think about this as we educate hosts. So let's look at those 5 tips that are going to help us educate the hosts so that they keep our child safe, so we can worry less, and so our child can go and enjoy the time, but so we also create an ally. Number 1 is to address food allergies as soon as you get the invitation. There's 3 reasons why you should not wait whenever you get that invite. Number 1 is that you want to set those expectations and give early communication so that that host can plan accordingly. If they have more time to plan, then hopefully the party will be safer too. Number 2, you want to reduce that last minute stress. Early discussions prevent last-minute scrambling, reducing stress for both you and the host. And number 3, you can offer to help. Offering your assistance will make managing food allergies at the party as easy as possible for that host. Supporting the host helps them feel more confident in making the party safe for your child. So now that we've got that invitation and we've opened up the door to talking with the host, what are we actually going to say? We want to make sure that we're very clear. We need to get the right information across to that parent so that they can understand how important this is. We do this by using short and easy to understand words and sentences. Yes, use proper terms like anaphylaxis when needed, but keep other words simple and easy to read. Number 3, you don't want to overwhelm them. You want to give them the most important information and don't overeducate. Like, they really don't need to know the long history of your child's allergies, including the first reaction and the tests you've done. While this can be interesting, it can overwhelm them and distract from the clear, actionable information they need. Another way to lower the overwhelm is to break specific actions that need to get done into smaller tasks. Think of it as a step-by-step process. For example, first we open that door by explaining the allergy in simple terms, then we ask the host what they will serve in general, and then you could get more detail and ask for ingredients in another step. Then right before the party, you could let them know that you're going to train them to use the epinephrine if you're sending your child without you. By creating smaller, easy-to-complete tasks, it's going to save the host from feeling overwhelmed and allow them to absorb what you're telling them. Lowering overwhelm is going to make a big difference in their desire to help you. Think about it. What happens when you feel overwhelmed? I know for me, it leads me to feel like I have no idea where to start. I might become irritable and grumpy. I might even avoid difficult tasks because that task feels stressful. These responses are the last things that we want to happen to hosts, because if they're overwhelmed, then they likely won't make the best decisions when it comes to food allergies. So explaining food allergies in a way that is clear and doesn't overwhelm them is super important. Number 4, we want to be gracious. And let me tell you this, graciousness squashes awkwardness. But let's face it, it can be really hard to come across as gracious when you're talking to hosts because of the urgency and anxiety of it all. It can make your requests feel more like demands, even if that's not your intention. This is one reason I think it's important to create RSVP templates that you reuse and perfect each time. Because if you write something today, you might think it sounds great, but the next day, you may look at it with fresh eyes and see that it actually sounds really demanding. When you have a template, you don't have to start from scratch every time and make the same mistakes over and over. Instead, you can build from where you left off the last time and make it better every time. I actually talk about the importance of templates in I think it's episode number 6, but I will post it down in the show notes so you can go back and listen to that, because templates are super important in so many ways for food allergy families. That's why I think you're going to love the social event survival pack. You're going to get templates for all kinds of social events that I've created using experience from 17 years as a food allergy mom. With these templates, you'll get success right away, so you don't have to figure it out by yourself. The last tip for today is to understand where the birthday party host is coming from. We have to remember that this parent is coming from a different point of view and where they're at. For example, the goal of that parent is just to celebrate their child's birthday. But we all know that planning and executing a birthday party can be a lot, and those parents are likely very busy. Honestly, most parents, even without birthday parties these days, are just trying to get through the day. So when we add a food allergy request to their plate and they aren't sure how to manage it, it can cause them to feel insecure and unsure. And then this can come across as being instantly turned off, not because they don't care, not because they don't want to help your child, Honestly, it's probably because it's unknown and it feels really hard for them. Now, I want to be clear, I am not making excuses. I just want to make the point that understanding the other parents can go a long way to help us to understand how to educate those parents, but also it will help our own mental health because we realize that a curt response or something else doesn't always mean that people aren't open to learning about food allergies or that they don't care about our child. So if you get a response that's less than enthusiastic at first, give it some time. Don't write that parent off as someone uncaring and hateful. Maybe it was just that the timing was off and that parent was in the middle of dealing with a tantrum. Or maybe their child just broke something, or they were potty training and they had an accident. Or maybe they burned dinner, or their job is just extremely busy. Just give them grace. Grace that you would hope that they would also give to you, parent to parent. Well, I hope these 5 tips help you get rid of the awkwardness as you educate hosts this birthday party season and for many years ahead. What tip most surprised you? Let me know by commenting on this episode or by sending me a DM on Instagram. I love hearing from you. Thanks for listening and bye for now. Before you go, Mama, if you love this episode and want deeper support, head over to friendlypantry.com to see how we can partner together to keep your food allergy child safer and worry less. There's no need for wasting time searching all over Instagram, TikTok, and the web to get the practical knowledge you need for your family. While you're there, grab your free Food Allergy Kids Empowerment Guide or the newly diagnosed checklist today. Topics are not medical advice and are the opinions, views, and property of Friendly Pantry Consulting Incorporated. All rights reserved. Always contact your board-certified allergist, immunologist for health advice.